Awesome to have you at Shredded, Josh. Please give our listeners and viewers your top tips for a bigger bench.
Number one, if you want to build a bigger bench, you have to remember it starts with technique. They say the way to get to Carnegie Hall is practice, practice, practice. And when we're building a bigger bench press, we don't want to think about muscle confusion or anything like that. We want to do a repeatable motor pattern. So it's called movement economy. You want to make this pattern easier and get better at it. So technique, 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 and make sure that technique is something you can repeat. Number two, train your bench press in a compensatory acceleration style. That means force is mass times acceleration. So what does this mean? When you think about a bench press as an ascending strength curve, that means it's going to be difficult. Usually off the bottom, it's the most difficult. And as you lift the weight up, it gets easier and easier and easier. That's the strength curve to lift. So when it gets easier, instead of just coasting the weight home, boom, hit the gas, accelerate the weight. That compensation is the acceleration. And there's tons of studies that show over like 8 to 10 weeks, when people implement this compensatory acceleration style of training, their gains will nearly double that of people that do not. So compensatory acceleration training. Finally, realize the bench press is a full body lift. Even if you're a bodybuilder, you don't care about numbers, it's gonna be safer if you're able to get tighter this way. So you wanna get your entire body tight and include leg drive. Okay, so leg drive, what does that mean? It does not mean you're doing a barbell hip thrust and throwing. It means your hips stay on the bench and you're driving with your legs. So if we have a graph, we have an x-axis and a y-axis. Instead of it going up or this way, it's gonna kind of go diagonal down the middle. So you are pushing up a bit, but you're also pushing back. And since your upper back should be tight, you're not gonna push yourself off the bench. It's like you build this whole body tightness that has no power leakages. And if you're still having trouble illustrating that point and your butt starts to come up, think about doing like a leg extension with the weight through your heels on that leg extension. Your heels flat and you're pushing to that leg extension. That's gonna get you that leg drive, okay? So those are 3 tips. You implement those and I promise you, you will bench press big. I look forward to hearing about your gains.
Awesome, thanks Josh.